1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I still got you on my phone.
Yeah, you still. I got to let folks in. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm letting them in now, ma. Let them in. Letting y'all in. Welcome. Welcome, sacred family. Welcome, welcome. Gotta hang out with my mama. I was just checking in with her. All right, ma. The session, everyone's gathered around the fires of love. So we'll talk later. Bye. Whoo. Hey, hey. Welcome, Michael P. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, family. Beautiful day, beautiful day. All right. Now, let me know how I sound. Check in. Let's do some of the check-ins. Let me know. Let me know how I sound. Mama D in his house. Welcome, welcome to our gathering around the sacred fires of love. So beautiful to see you. I'm a bit on fire. We're in the middle of our yoga and mantra retreat here at a place called Casa Kismet. It's quite a beautiful place. Beautiful place. It tests us a bit because it's in an area of Nosada called Playa Palada, and there's a lot of building going on. So we get the test of dropping inward and really focus on being a vibration. And I've been seeing the value of that, you know, when it comes to navigating life and its unexpected twists and turns, the value of dropping inward and tuning in to the vibration within. But I do want to share with you a little story. We're going to tune in first. I love that, Doreen. Mama D. We're going to drop into our vibration. Yeah, just drop into our vibration. And I want to share with you some of the stories from the retreat and the inspirations that have been unfolding, especially around the voice. It's a powerful image that unfolded around the voice. Maybe I'll see if I can use the whiteboard. I always wanted to have a reason for using it on Zoom. I was on Zoom playing around, y'all. That whiteboard, wow. I love whiteboards and blackboards and places to draw. So let's go ahead and tune in. Welcome, 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 everyone, everyone. Avis, Mama D in his house, Jill, Jacinta. I have some business to do with Jacinta. I need to make you a co-host. Welcome, Juliet. All of you have been on my mind. Yes. And Michael Peters. Yes, representing. We have the Estrogen Conference and Crew and Goddesses, and we have the Testosterone Crew and Gods. So welcome as we balance out sacred and masculine and feminine within. So let's come into that balancing posture. I want to tune in with you. I want to check in with you, see where you are, because you know that always opens up channels around these sacred fires so that we can address what is at the surface of our consciousness and what is trying to potentially create a disturbance. Before we tune in and our check-in, tell me how my voice sounds, because I'm doing the miking system a little differently here. How do I sound?
Sounds good. Sounds clear.
Let me know. Who's out there?
Can you hear me?
Let me know.
Sounds good.
How do I sound? Is it good for you? Do I need to speak louder? Do I need to project? Sounds good. Thank you, MP. Love that. I love those two consonants together. We'll have to talk about those one day. Brother Michael, thank you, D. Mama D. All right, so let's bring our palms together in this balancing posture. Pressing the palms and press your thumbs into the sternum. And we'll tune in with that celestial sound that was there when the universe said, I want to become many from this oneness, this emergence of creativity. Let's go to that beginning place using this vowel and two consonants, A, U, M. I should say these two vowels and consonant, A, U, M. And it's an interesting thing about these energies that popped out in class the other day around the voice is that as we're activating the sound current of the two vowels and consonant, we're also, as we've often said, we're traveling through the energy centers called the chakras. The first one, as we say the ah, will lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, really create that foundation for that vowel to rise into creation. Ah, and then we'll lift the muscles of, or draw the navel point in and up. Ooh, into the M. So vibrating that heart center, but it's an expansion. That like the waters are vast and wide. Mar, they said in Espanol when we were with one of the drummers here, Daniel. But particularly, check it out. I want you to add this up for me. A is the first letter of the alphabet. Yeah. U is the 21st letter of the alphabet, and 2 plus 1 is 3, right? And then M is the 13th letter of the alphabet, and 1 plus 3 is 4. So when you add 1 plus 3 plus 4, what do you get? Well, let Charlene and Jacinta. What do you get? Somebody just put it in the chat so I know you're there. Just helps me feel connected a little more. I'm feeling a need for connection today. All right. I'll just let Charlene. Add them up, what do you get? Put 8 on the side and we have infinity, which is also the logo for the hotel we're at. Isn't that something? That these particular energy centers that are being activated with the way we're producing these 3 sounds, that trinity can give birth to a consciousness of the number 8, which is a representation of the infinity. So there's, just these little revelations like that opens up the mystery of these powerful creative beings. If you consider these sound currents as creative beings, that we get an opportunity to develop our love affair with, because they are part of the consciousness and prana that we breathe in. So they're literally like lovers. They enter us. They know our intimate inner workings, right? So when we consciously vibrate them, then we move beyond the mind. We begin to move into the direction or being the director of the mind's projection. So the mind is not just projected into whatever culture within our family and the outside society teaches us about who we are, whether that is the language around who we are as a gender, who we are as a certain range of money earner, who we are in terms of the clothes we wear, how we wear our hair, or food we eat, and on and on. You got it with these labels, you know. And today I'm going to ask you, as we have moved into this portal of spring, I'm going to ask you to drop the labels and focus in on your heart. Focus in on the energy centers that allows you to be a vibratory, creative being. And consider the seeds that you have come to plant. You all right with that? Consider what it is that you are being called into. Maybe there's some changes you're being called into. Maybe there are some projects that are beckoning your attention. Maybe there's some habits that need to shift to take care of your well-being or the well-being of your family. But these are prioritized seeds that are at the root of your earthly fulfillment and your heavenly fulfillment. Yeah, and as we get towards the end, we'll have that question that we normally do. If you don't know what seeds to plant, we'll have some questions that will prime the brain to open up and provide the answer. Because if there's a question, there's an answer. Duality works like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to tuning. Pressing the palms in this mudra of balance. Pressing the thumbs into the sternum. So as we chant, that you get a sense of your being as vibrational as the bones vibrate from the resonance of generating the sound. To recap how we will flow through the sound on one breath. We'll inhale deeply, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, gently if you're on your cycle. Then we'll lift the navel point. Ooh. Bring lips together. And really sense the movement of the energy through the body as you pull the various muscles into position that allows the opening of channels and for energy to flow. So this is really purifying. If you do have any thoughts that are counterproductive to your health, well-being, and success, then those thoughts are the vibratory remnants of blockages, attachments that could be very unconscious. Sometimes we're aware, sometimes we're not. But if those emotions and feelings come up that are counterproductive, we're not saying they're bad, but what they do is they give us an awareness of how we need to vibrate to elevate, yeah? How we have an opportunity to restore balance in that moment, because that's how some of the creative languages, that's how they are. The creation language, like just learned about Nahuatl language in Mexico, that it has no words like can't, couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, nothing like that. Nothing that indicates a sense of lack. Everything is geared towards what are you consciously creating. So they would watch their words very intently and consciously and lovingly watch the words they speak. So if it is something that they did not want to bring into existence, then they leave those words alone. So let's go into this vibratory place, recognizing ourselves as vibratory beings with infinite creative capacity that only you have authority to use. Whoo! Inhale deeply. Exhale. We'll inhale to begin. Top of the inhale, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. the sound at home. Find your harmonic pitch. One more. Inhale deeply. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. It's comfortable for you as long as you're not on your cycle or pregnant. Feel yourself as this vibratory container. Continue to hear the resonance of the sound flowing through you as you exhale out the mouth. Let the breath be normal. Hold your hands in this position. And just sense the presence of life. Feel yourself rooting into your contact points with Mother Earth. If you're in a chair, just feel your roots going down into Mother Earth, and growing out of your feet. Just feel your foundation connecting. Sitting in easy pose on your mat or the floor, just feel all your contact points. Just Mother Earth calls your roots to return home, drawing you into the center of her being. You see this glow of golden earth energy, and you tap right into it, and it rises up your roots like water to a dry sponge, seeping in to those roots, rising up into your body, into every cell, and you begin to grow into a redwood tree, a sequoia tree, up out of the Earth's atmosphere into the cosmos, and your branches get called into the center of consciousness, the source of your consciousness. You are fully connected. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, knowing you can let go what you no longer need. You can relax the hands down now. Yes. So I want to share something with you around the Sweat Lodge ceremony yesterday, which is a purification ceremony, as well as a ceremony that allows you to connect to your origins and return. The metaphor would be to return to the womb of creation, humble, letting go of all labels and identity, and just remembering the source of your being and where you come from. It's a beautiful ceremony. If you have an opportunity to do one, do it. If you've done it before, go again. It's a good time of the year. Springtime is a time to purify and let go of the old patterns of winter, so that we can free ourselves and prepare the soil to receive the seeds that we will cultivate throughout the next 2 seasons. Right? Summer being the season of work, and autumn being the season of the harvest. So I'm going to encourage you as a yearly love mission to walk this cyclical walk around the wheel of life, where wintertime is a time of meditation, where you focus in on the patterns that you are looking to establish. You focus in on the seeds that you know you need to plant, so that you let go of old patterns and embrace the inspiration that is coming your way through the meditation. And you're guided by your intuition, and synchronicity will supply you everything you need in time and space. And so now is the time to cleanse and clear. Now is the time to to think about Lent, right? It just hit me. This ritual of letting go of what you really love. But what if it is also consciously focused on not only what you love, but what's important for you to let go of so that you can be the embodiment of love and caring for your body, for your family, and for Mother Earth and our earthly family. So have that consideration, those of us that are in these group coaching sessions to be spiritually empowered. So I want to see 3 million spiritually empowered beings out there influencing others and raising the vibration of the atmosphere to be guided by love. Yeah. So consider that, even right now, just take a moment and consider the patterns you need to transform. And also consider that that is indicating to you the pattern you need to embody, or you have the opportunity to embody. So if I know when I'm in wintertime, I can have a tendency to be with the stimulation of chocolate. And I have a wife from Belgium, and chocolate is her blood flow, But I realize for me, snacking or enjoying the desserts that revolve around chocolate and nuts and tahini, when we're out with friends, I know that wintertime activity for me needs to shift as I move into spring. And I need to be more with the green plants and the liquids and the waters of life and eating less, eating consciously now. That's an example of, from a health perspective, of the seeds that I need to plant based on the patterns and habits that I know I need to let go of. That pattern I need to let go of, consuming chocolate, to a certain excess now because we're in a different season. And therefore, the dry, dehydrated foods like nuts, I need to more go for the springing forth, those greens that spring forth. So, the barley grasses and, the fresh salads and the soups that have these nourishing greens and herbs that haven't been really cooked out, but they're just steeping in that bowl of soup, where you have that hot water and you chop up your cilantro and you put it right in that bowl of soup. And you may have cooked your zucchini, you may have cooked your lentils, you may have cooked your fennel, or you may have cooked your butternut squash, but you're dropping in those greens like the arugula and then the cilantro and maybe a little tarragon and maybe a few pieces of rosemary. Get a little bitter in there for your liver. And you may crush up a little bit of oregano or thyme, and then you're getting this freshness from the medicine waters of life. So this is just an example of making the shifts and change. But what I want to drop on you is what Anna, the woman who poured water, she said from her teachings, being with the Nahual people, or that's the language they speak, but being with the people, her elders, and the ones that allowed her to walk this path and pour water in the sweat lodge. She said you can let go of what you need in this lodge. You can let go what you no longer need. And you don't have to pick it back up. That's what got me, y'all. You don't have to pick it back up. So as you go into your own personal ceremony with spring, and you recognize the conscious changes that you have the opportunity to create for yourself, have that also as part of the fabric you are sewing for your life. In that quilt, have that portion of your quilt that reminds you that you don't have to pick up the old patterns. Even if you see them, even if you unconsciously engage them, you know that I don't have to pick it up and label myself as this is something I have anymore. Once you let it go, you can let it go. If it happens again, it doesn't mean you need to label yourself that I'm that again. Oh, I've messed up and done that again. You know now that you don't have to pick it up, which means there's no reason for you to say anymore that I am that thing. Let's give an example. If I have childhood trauma from my mother and father fighting while I was in the womb, and I have the drama that went on in my life when my father attempted to kill my mother when I was about 3 years old, and then that can be this memory that surfaces when the psychiatrist analyzes me for learning disorder, and then I can continue to tell that story. Now I can say to myself, I don't have to pick up that idea that even the psychiatrist is sharing with me about the way I learn. I can switch that around from learning disorder to learning the order of the way I learn. Come on, you with me? So we can begin to look at these labels that have been degenerative, uh, that have not served us over the years, and begin to create with them. And let them be a part of our creative process. So when the pattern shows up again, I don't have to pick it up. I can create with it. Buzzing sound. Okay. I can create with it. Right? Don't have to do it anymore. Let's check and see where we are with that buzzing sound. Making sure everything is plugged in. But I want you to remember that as we flow. Okay? And I'm going to ask you to write a few things. But remember that you do not have to pick up that label and say that this is me. Tell me, Doreen, how it sounds. Is there still a buzzing sound?
Can you hear me, Akka? I think he can't hear me. I'll do the chat.
Okay. Let me just put this. Now, let me know if it's still buzzing. Buzzy, buzzy, buzzy. Better? Okay. All right. So, everyone's got that flow right there. That there's no reason to pick it back up. Yeah, there's a honeybee in here making some honey. No reason to pick it up, y'all. We are infinite creative beings. And you say to yourself, write this down. This would just share that opening question. Now, this is from my brain coach, Jim Quick. Way to prepare the brain to reveal the answer, right? This infinite intelligence that the brain is one with. The mind is using the infinite intelligence to create the labels and meaning and identity. And then you, as the voice within, can direct where that consciousness goes, where it focuses. So then, instead of focusing on the label, you direct consciousness towards this question.
Whatever the experience is, if it is me as the example, in that moment, everyone's enjoying the chocolate and they have the almond butter chocolate, which is a big favorite. And the cashew butter chocolate, it's like a cashew nut butter inside the chocolate thing. And it's just really incredible. It's stimulation, it's energy. I am energy. And then instead of focusing on that, I focus in on the tea I need to drink. I focus in on the joy of bringing love to my body according to what it is asking for. And we all get those little signs and signals, whether it's a tightness when we're stretching or maybe a little body ache may take place. You all have your inner signals. So we're turning to that love instead of turning away from the joy everybody is having in the taste, turning to the love. So here's the question. How can I use this energy? That energy will be, in my case, we're at retreat, everyone's enjoying the chocolates. Come on, Akka, have some. How can I turn this energy into serving the mission of my soul? So in that moment, I'm shifting towards the bitter teas, taking care of my digestive system, drinking warm water, knowing that that's going to allow my mind to be more clear, more rooted in Mother Earth and the heavenly realms, so that I'm just not tossed back and forth in the wild waters of somebody else's emotions, my own sensitivities. You got it. Yeah? You got what I'm saying. So that's the question. How can I use this energy to serve my soul? Right? Yeah, I think we said love and serve my soul. Recognizing soul as these four energies that came. One day we're going to break down soul. I just got an image of doing it. I never did it before. But the numerology of soul, I'm curious about it. But just to consider that energy, that this is the essence of your being. This is the essence of your being. Right? Beautiful. So let's drop into an incredible pranayama that is about strengthening the connection to your true caliber, like your true essence, your true abilities. It is a beautiful pranayama. And when you do it consistently, it'll really bring a sense of, I don't know if you're a sensitive being, and most of us are now because the heart center is awakening. But in the open flow, there's a sense of your sensitivity to intuition, to inspiration, and to the organization of time and space that's there to support you. We are calling synchronicity. Those three lovers that we are cultivating this relationship with in this month of the equinox in March, to know our purpose and why we are here, is because when we know our purpose, whatever anybody else has to say is going to be what they say. It's not going to be a label that we take on, because we know who we are. We know why we're here. And when that heart center opens, it allows you to be with those three lovers: intuition, inspiration, and synchronicity. But when it gets congested, the heart center, when it gets congested, that's when the sensitivity starts to draw its attention outward. And then all of a sudden, we're thinking from the stimulation that's coming in. Then we get the sense of anxiety. We get the sense of fear. We get these senses of, well, what are they thinking about me? And we start to become self-conscious from the external energy coming in. So we're going to be doing this breath so it allows an opening of the heart center. And we're first going to warm up. And then we're going to call in these energies. We're going to really call in the energies that are there to support us and really clear us out with these various movements that we're going to do. All right. Let's just warm up the spine just for a moment, okay? So bring your hands to your knees and just begin what we call spinal flex. So you're rocking the pelvis back and forth. All right? Allowing the breath to come into the abdomen and open. All right? If you're on your cycle or pregnant, be gentle. Really feeling the flexing of the spine is created by the movement of the hips, initiated by the breath that flows in to the hips. Just a few movements here, just to open up. Beautiful. Really let the breath be deep, full, and release in a deep and full way. Inhale, bring your spine tall. Reach the crown of your cranium into the heavens. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Exhale. All right. So now we're going to have our hands like so. Let's get a little full view. Have our hands like so. And we're going to be, hold on, I'm a little premature. That's our second movement. First movement is to connect to Mother Earth. And this is going to really bring us into a stillness, these series of movements. So we're going to be like we're playing the drums, yeah? Feeling the energy of Mother Earth. The movement is vigorous. It should have your whole body moving and grooving, right? Really feel this energy. Now the breath is moving in rhythm with it in a breath of fire fashion. So there's just a pulsing, light pulse of the navel point, drawing it in on the exhale and kind of relaxing and let the inhale happen. Feel like it's a dance. Really fast movement. Feeling the air move across your hand and fingers, or spread just slightly so you feel the air moving through your hands and fingers, and feeling the energy of Mother Earth, feeling your support, strength, Mother Earth's commitment to you. Now, last few seconds, feel yourself speed up if you can. Feel your energy. Feel yourself melting into Mother Earth and becoming this vibratory molecule of pure, pure creative consciousness. Inhale deeply. Let your palms face the earth. Exhale. And sit still. Coming into this place of deep, deep stillness. Feeling Mother Earth. Feeling her commitment. Feeling your oneness. Feeling the integrity of your being that has emanated from her, this spacesuit called the human body. Feel the power of what has been organized for you to have an experience. Okay, we go to our next move. Feeling that support of Mother Earth, turning the palms up and feeling the energy of the heavens. Our movement will come into the heart center, clearing it out. And you're moving this as well, as swiftly and quickly as you can. And you have that breath of fire. Feel the energy and the movement of the air element as the hands pass through the heart center, your navel center, your throat center, just sweeping your energy centers clean, sweeping your heart center clear, letting go of the old patterns, allowing the arms to be in that circular pattern of life, spiraling through the heavens. Feel you found your place of peace. As you command your body to clear. Feel the center of your being. Last few seconds. Allow the movement to become really energized. Feel the muscles, feel your strength, and then feel your consciousness commanding your body to clear, let go, be energized. You can almost levitate. Now inhale, hold the hands in the start position, feeling the energy. Hold the breath at the top, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Exhale out the mouth. Just hold your hands up towards the heavens, tuning inward. Feel yourself floating on a lotus flower with a steady flow through the cosmos, seeing your favorite stars. Feeling at peace, knowing your connection to the cosmos, knowing your place in the universe. Knowing the song of your voice that you've come to vibrate. Okay, the last movement is an integrating movement. Will be working through this area where you have the arc line, one of your 10 bodies. It has to do with being able to protect your energy field from the vibratory patterns of thoughts that are not in alignment with you and who you are and what you've come here to be. So we're activating that, but also there's an integration of your auric field with this movement. So you're doing that pulsing breath, that breath of fire, and your hands are coming above your crown and alternating. Coming to shoulder level, feel yourself clearing your energy field, integrating the energies of heaven and earth with the pulse of your breath. Opening up your crown's communication with the cosmos, clearing the space for you to integrate heaven and earth. Because when you do the work of the arms, moving the arms activates your heart center. So no longer will you hold on to the old patterns. Last few seconds, so really get into it. Really feel your strength and your power here. So inhale, stretch the arms out. Reach the fingertips away from each other. Feel the space in your heart center. Hold the breath at the top. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Draw the navel point in and up if it's comfortable for you. Tuck in the chin. Mahabandha, like really pull these 3 locks And allow the energy to rise as you draw your eyes up and in and look up. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Draw navel point in and up. Really reach. You are powerful, creative, and guided. Exhale out the mouth. Shake the arms out. Use the sun finger, the ring finger. Palms will face up. Arms straight, wrists resting on the knee. And just sit for a moment. Feel the energy that you initiate with your own consciousness. Just think of those seeds that are calling on you now. Sometimes we listen to the seeds or for the seeds that are calling for planting this season. And those seeds are connected to our topic, which is around knowing the mission of your soul. Which will connect you to the purpose of every moment unfolding in your life. Now it has happened, what appears to be the past, and what appears to come. That being able to sit and develop this relationship with this higher aspect, the higher vibrational aspect of your being that humans have come to personify as your soul. So take time, this early entry into spring, take time to listen to this higher intelligence that's moving your heart at such a rhythm that life can flow and flourish, right? That your lungs can dance to it and bring this consciousness and prana, and it all be synchronized. So trillions of cells, not 10, not 20, not a million, but not a billion, trillions of cells can be taken care of. If trillions of cells can be taken care of and coordinate and function as the organism of your body, then who are you really? And what is your capacity? When it comes to this world we live in. So, you have that question, how can I use this energy to love and serve my soul? To get to the place of listening, we're saying, involve yourself in a practice that you can do on a daily basis to cultivate your inner ears of listening. The quote in the last newsletter was from a book called Being Vibration, Being and Vibration. I'm mixing up with our retreat theme, which is Being Vibration. I just want to read you, continuing on from the quote I put in the newsletter, but continuing into chapter 1. Listening is understanding the mystery of vibration, because listening has to do with the inner vibration of the descending intelligence of the moment. That's what you're opening yourself up to receive when you ask the question, how can I use this energy? That energy is the descending intelligence. It's that descending, that expression from the source of creation. Inner listeners, or people who are continually listening to life as it is unfolding, are the true humans. And for our case, they are true energy beings. Because they are picking up vibrational messages before the messages become crystallized energy or perceptual forms that can then be articulated by the brain. So for us, we would say that the mind is using those crystallized forms and have them be articulated to create meaning. Sensitivity, then, is paramount in developing the ability to be a good listener. In that process of inner silence, the voice of guidance is found. So that's what creates a very deep, powerful understanding as to why every single discipline on the planet around devotion or knowing the Creator within always has breathing exercises at the core of its practice and development of that sensitive ear to hear. So here we are. The practices of consciously breathing, consciously using the breath to generate sound, which would be mantra or chanting. Chanting is really a pranayama, but it adds the vibration consciously, and now we're using these mysterious beings that are vibrational representations of the fabric of life, vowels and consonants. When you get into numerology, you start seeing that they are energies that have been given to these different vibrational signatures and how they relate to the instrument that generates the sound. When you use vowels, they direct energy. And so yes, we need to create an immersion day. We need a good 4 hours together to put some of these teachings in your hands to utilize. Okay, I'm on it, family. I'm on it. I'm on it. We must do that. Yes, for now. for now. 1, you are consciously engaging the energy to generate the information that tells you what seeds you are to plant and focus on this spring with the question, how can I use this energy of my life, this energy of this situation that comes up that you know you need to change? How can I use it to serve my soul? Then you will get the information you need as to what you need to do. Like I gave the example of my excess chocolate, which was okay in the winter pattern, but now it's excess because springtime is asking for a different vibrational activity from me. So therefore, I will step more into the bitters with gentian root and barberry root and dandelion root and cilantro, and oregano and thyme in my soups. Right? So listening, these are the answers that I've gotten. I stay away from, being here in Costa Rica, I stay away from the banana family, which includes plantain, which I really love. But this is not the season. So listen for what's in season for you as you ask that question, how can I love and serve my soul with this energy of life that I'm experiencing? Yeah. It could be the energy of life. So if I eat too many plantain, my knee that has an injury from when I played football, somehow it has now become an antenna for when I'm eating something and my body doesn't like it. It'll get a little more inflamed. So when I'm doing my yoga, I'll begin to feel the tightness. Things like that. Pay attention to things like that, family. So use the question connected to consciously breathing. So the order of it is you want to get into a consciously breathing state so that you calm your mind, and then it allows you to listen. You expand your sensitivity. But check this key out. The sensitivity is not to the external world. So when you draw your breath, you awaken the sensitivity to the infinite inner world that has everything you need, because it's providing everything you need right in this moment. Some people will say, well, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough water, I don't have enough food. The key that we're sharing and the miracles we've been seeing is that when you do focus on what you do have, when you truly get into that vibratory state, then synchronicity will show up, inspiration will show up, intuition will show up, and all of a sudden you do something that you're not even thinking about anymore. You just, I need to do this. And then that connects to the next thing and connects to the next thing. See it so much here in Costa Rica because it's developing, but at the same time, the nature is so thick. So you don't have, if you need something for your car, you don't have a Firestone. You just have this network of connection to the person that is going to be able to fix your car, just like we're in that situation now, right? So how's everybody doing? Yeah? All right. So let me do this. As I do, I want to give you my email if there's any burning questions. I want to respect everyone's time today. But you can always email me here. And we can go deeper into some questions you may have. It's about making changes for spring around food, or I trained as a healing minister. So I spent a good, 94 started the training. So 2011, I was running a spiritual clinic for a good 11 years, 12 years. So my whole job responsibility was to holistically educate people on the way to make that transition from an allopathic standard American diet lifestyle over to a holistic lifestyle. So you can ask me any question about, transitioning out of winter habits, if that is it, into spring habits. We can help you out with that. Yes, family. Woo, what a time. What a time, right? What a time. Opportunities to create abound. So let's dive into that and see where we begin, which is with taking care of yourselves first so that you have the ability to share what you've learned with others. So stay tuned. I'm going to get in on it, create an immersion for ourselves. Everybody good? Love seeing y'all. Let me look at you. Let me look at you. Yes, yes, yes. So beautiful. Charlene, David, Doreen, Jill. Yes, yes. Michael, man. Love it. Let's bring our hands together and vibrate our prayer vigil for Mother Earth and all our human family, that we come to that place of balance and peace. Thank you, Creator. Thank you for guiding us together. Thank you for bringing us to this circle that gathers around this fire of love. Thank you so much. We feel the love that flows. We feel your guidance and your presence. We thank you as we hold this image of the clean crystal waters flowing, so all children can play in these waters, and they can be cleaned up by these waters and nourished by these waters, and these waters can clean their lovely sanctuaries where they grow and prepare nourishing foods by loving hands, that these children can be loved by the caregivers and grow up in places where there is peace and just enough challenge to help them awaken the intuition and inspiration within. And synchronicity shows up for them so they know the power of miracles that they generate. And they grow confident in the ways of going to the invisible realm to relieve and dissolve the disturbances that show up in the physical world. So a deep fulfillment arises from having a relationship with the soul rather than a relationship with another. And then we can treat each other with respect, with no need to violate someone else's space. We can vibrate together to allow our minds to grow into its full potential of thinking right, doing good, and allowing ourselves to be identified as beings that create beauty. Thank you so much for the children that are taken care of by loving hands, to see their smiles and to know that those loving hands can embrace and guide their discomfort and their growing pains. And thank you for the children being respected and raised in a loving way. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to care for our elders and to take their wisdom and allow it to grow. Thank you for your presence within and allowing our ears to open and hear your guiding voice. Thank you for this love that flows all over the planet, infecting all consciousness in our creation so that we are guided by love and care for this life. We ask that this go out to all our family and all our relations. Ahom Natakwase. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So it is. Satanam, truth, our identity. Yes, and we lovingly allow this to flow out. All right, family. So there's a little special equinox edition, so we went over a little bit, but it's just more opportunity to love you. Okay. Creator willing, we'll see each other next Wednesday. All right. One love, family. Keep spreading it. Keep spreading it. Have that question at the forefront of your mind when a situation arises. How can I use this energy to love and serve my soul? Okay, family. Radiate your love. And we'll see you next week. One love.